Oh my God, oh my God. Yeah, niggas know he got.
My God.
Yeah. Oh, shit. Yeah.
I could get a rapper done with ease. I don't want no million, I want $1 billion fees. If I up it, I can't freeze. I seen blood all on them leaves. Some llamas in them jeans. That power in my jeans from being Cobra King. Now, look, I can't divide them, I multiply them. Then I just drive it toward a dream. Something inside them, they can't find them. So they be pulling on every string. I can't rely on being compliant. I be at war, I'm sure you can see. She like a model, but when in private, she like to show me that she can sing. I'm their favorite, know they hate it, pride and poison, all the same. Understand, I'm out the trenches, put the block right by my name. Let them go, yeah, choppers rain. Tell my dog to bring that pain. If he slide with ill intent, we don't intend to feel a thing. If he die from all this shit, he know exactly what we say.
Yo. Woo. Let me try that again. Yo, what's going on, everybody? It's your boy Clue the motherfucking down for another episode of Country Fan Mail Podcast. And as y'all been seeing me promote, I had this come back. We had to run it back. We had to do some rescheduling. I'm definitely glad we was able to do this. Definitely a highly anticipated interview. I actually had a few people definitely wanted this to go down. So we came back, we ran it back. So we're gonna bring him on in. As you already know, the homie 4200 Corey. What's going on with you, bro?
What's good, man?
Ain't shit, man. We just sitting here chilling, man. I appreciate you coming on here for real.
Man, I appreciate you having me. I always appreciate it, man.
Already, man. So, first question I asked everybody: what was the first song you listened to when you woke up this morning?
Today, I woke up. No cap. The first song I heard today was a song called Mermot by this chick named Baby Rose. You ever heard Baby Rose?
Nah, I never heard of. I'm gonna check that out though.
She got one of the craziest voices I ever heard in my life. Definitely
like a singer.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm gonna check that out.
Crazy, like you wouldn't guess it by the way when you see it. Crazy stuff. But yeah, that's the first song I was cleaning up this morning. So yeah.
Oh, okay, where one of them moods. Okay, bet. All right, man. So yeah, man, 4200 Corey, man, Indianapolis, man. So like, tell me more about yourself, man. Tell me more about your music. I know you have you have that the album out right now, Hold On for Dear Life, which is crazy, by the way.
Man,
like
appreciate
that album. It. Yeah, we're gonna dive into that, man. But yeah, just tell me a little bit more about yourself.
Man, so I go by 4200 Corey, which is a combination of my middle name with the block that I'm from, 42nd and Post Road, so 4200 block. And I'm from Indianapolis, Indiana, which is a spot people rarely want to talk about, but we got a lot of stuff bubbling up over there. I'm from the far east, but I done lived all over the place. I really think of myself as I'm a city baby. Like I'm just from all over the place, but I always claimed my roots was at 42nd and Post Road. So, I mean, aside from that, musically, I just started doing the music thing when I was like 16, but I started taking serious right as soon as I graduated high school, like 18, 19.
Okay.
So the past like 2 years, I've really been locked in. Like we did the Rest Easy EP, which came out before this album, and we had a couple singles before that. And we just been on the road lately, so it's been fun, man.
For sure.
It's been a short, but we done made a lot of progress. We done made a lot of stuff shake since then.
I mean, it seemed like it, man. Honestly, I don't know too many artists that's been out for that short amount of time that have the established fan base that you have, the videos, the the visuals. That's a big thing,
Man.
I know artists that's out for 9-10 years and they still recording, real basic ass video. I'm just like, come on now, like what y'all doing? So it's like this. I feel like this. I hate to say it. I feel old when I say it, but I feel like the generation, is coming up. Like y'all not gonna take as long as it took for other motherfuckers to come in the game, man. And that's appreciated.
Yeah, I think we in a different space, like especially as far as the music industry goes. Like I see it a lot. I see a lot of people talk about it, like back. Because what do you consider your era, like as far as like hip hop?
Honestly, so for me, I mean, I came up at the time like the crunk music, like Little John, Outkast, like that was my era when I was coming up, like middle school, high school type shit.
Yeah, so I mean, like around that time, it's still like the same sort of dynamic where it's like you fighting, and every day is like, how can I get a deal? How can I get a deal? We in a spot where the creatives, the people that's making the art, we can go out here and make our own content. It's easier than ever. It's more accessible than ever. So like, yeah, you right as far as like we can get to it quicker because we have all these things now. Everything's so much more easily accessible for us. So
for sure,
if you creative, you should be able to make it happen.
Already, that's how I look at it, man. And it's been proven. Like I said, there's been so many different cats, like yourself and a couple of the cats I've been talking to. like I said, the progression that y'all have made in a short amount of time is wild. And talking about progression, going back to that Rest Easy EP,
Yeah.
you know, listening to some tracks off that, like Better Days, for instance.
Mhm.
That one, you know, is a deep track. It's a really deep track. You talk about a lot. You talk about a lot of losses that you had in your life. I think you talk about, you know, losing your auntie. You talk about you know, saying losing, you know, maybe, you know, a cousin and your father. Like you talk about a lot of people or a lot of different instances. So like, how did you change that? You know, say I know a lot of people say, you know, saying, well, I went through this, so I started writing. But how were you able to positively change that energy? Because you did, but like, how did you make sure you didn't go the wrong way?
I mean, it's like me. I know me. I stand out as far as like I like to listen. I don't really like even talking a lot. You know, when I do interviews, that's when I talk the most. So it's like me, like I always was watching. I watch and studied a lot. So like when I was coming up, I realized, all right, I mean, we seeing what's working and what's not working. You know what I'm saying? Like we seeing like, okay, you go down this way, you know, the eye's not looking too good for you. You know what I'm saying? You go down this way. But I mean, like, I don't know, with all the stuff that was going on, because I know I mentioned my auntie got hit, but she's still alive. She got hit in the face, but she good. She's still alive. So
Gotcha.
But like I mean, with that whole like dynamic, I mean, it wasn't like, you know, I was squeaky clean perfect. You know what I'm saying? But
for sure. Who
I
is?
didn't
I
want to
mean,
leave.
shit.
I think I was blessed with the intuition to be like, you know what? I think I'm gonna go home today. You know what I'm saying? Like when things was, I knew when I was getting too deep. I knew when to leave. So I think that's my special thing as far as like reverting my energy.
I got you. Okay, and like without going, like, you know, saying too much into detail, like you remember any moments where it's like some shit happened and you was just like, this is the moment where it's like it's too close, like not.
Yeah, I mean, shoot. I mean, as far as things that I knew, like I felt like was really in my control during the time, like, you know, just going like for instance, like going to a party or something. You know what I'm saying? Like I know I'm tight with these people, but I ain't no party person. That ain't my scene. You know what I'm saying? Like it's too many people moving around. The eyes is funny looking. Nah, I'm just cool out there. I knew, and you know, everybody knows that going to the party. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
and
for sure.
That's clueless to that. You know what I'm saying? But
you already know it's gonna be a whole bunch of people in there you don't know functioning and shit. Yeah.
So I mean, I guess I had always had that bone for me that was like, nah, I'm cool tonight. You know what I'm saying? Everybody else don't really got that.
Okay, and what did you do? What do you do instead? Like, you know, you kind of seem like somebody you probably find yourself by yourself. You know what I'm saying? Some nights or a lot of time when everybody kind of doing other shit. Like what would you find yourself doing?
Man, I mean, for me, I'd probably be somewhere writing, probably somewhere watching a movie. I'd probably hop on the game or something. Like I never had no real big problem with like being by myself. So like that was nothing. But I mean, like I'm also a family dude. So like if I ain't hanging with a bunch of people at a party or something, you know what I'm saying, or kicking it with my dogs, I'm gonna go home and chill with the little brethren or something. You know what I'm saying?
For sure.
Be stuff like that for me.
Okay, it's easy.
Yeah.
All right. So kind of fast forward and running on back to this Hold On for Dear Life album, man. So this album, man, I'm trying not to sound repetitive because I've done a lot of research on it. I've done, you know, I watched other interviews, I've done stuff like that. But I mean, oh yeah, for sure, man, for sure. I do it, you know what I'm saying? Because, you know, if I'm gonna bring you on the show, I'm gonna do the respect to actually, you know what I'm saying, paying attention to shit, right? So it's like, so yeah, I'm listening, and the one thing that they said on the pregame podcast is that, man, this shit it's a story. Like it is straight up. Wait. Oh, I even realized it. Yeah, shout out to the pregame podcast. Yeah, man, we gotta talk. But yeah, so it's like I feel like that was a perfect way of saying it. It was really a perfect way of saying it. It kind of reminded me of what was that Big Crit album? Not Live from the Underground. It was the one where he was walking. It's the cartoon with the homie with the.
It's better this way.
It's better. Yes. Ooh, so it like literally.
It.
Bro, it was a vibe though, because not every track on It's Better This Way was the same vibe. Some of it was what you would expect from Big Crit, with that bop, you know, that bass. Some of it was something different, something for the radio, and then he'll hit you with something dark, and you'd be like, oh shit, like you kind of bring you back to center. How did you sequence that shit so like that? Like, cause that's some mastery level shit for real. Like, man. Dr. Dre need to watch the fuck out.
Man, the sequencing, I think we pieced that together like. Okay, I ain't gonna lie. Okay, so the origins of the sequencing is like that like we started off, it was like 10 songs. It was gonna be a 10-song project, Hold On for Dear Life, right? And
Yeah.
originally it was supposed to be like the leadway to something bigger.
Gotcha.
But you know, when I was hearing the 10 songs back, I was like, bro, this don't even feel like it didn't feel like a cohesive body of work. It just felt like songs that I was just making. So I scrapped the whole thing. I think I only kept like 2 songs. I wrote all this. I was staying in Baton Rouge. All right. So I wrote all that in Baton Rouge or whatever. And like the last song that got added was Sense of Urgency. Because I was like, man, I don't like how that first track transitions to the second. So I was like, I want to put something in between.
Okay.
And so I mean, like the sequences of everything was more like it was more or less like I knew all the records were sort of deep. So like I was trying to like sort of bounce around with the energies.
Try to lighten it up a little bit.
Yeah, and it's funny you say it's better this way because that's like a big project for me. Like coming to high school, like I think my freshman sophomore year, I was banging that mug on repeat. That's crazy that you said that,
bro. You
like,
can tell what the influence
there's not too many
comes
people
in.
that talk about that project. And that mug is dope.
Man, listen, like there's I feel like I'm big. I've always been big on, you know, underground or even mainstream people that are still considered underground that just never really get their flowers like that.
Exactly.
And I feel like, you know, Big Crit is definitely one of those people, you know. And then of course, you know, a lot more of a more obvious comparison, but still a great comparison nonetheless, and also to piggyback off of them as well, Kendrick Lamar.
Yeah,
Like I
I've
remember
been hearing
I
that one a lot.
posted, yeah, man. I posted your that first video that I made for you on my YouTube back, you know, back last month, and somebody was commenting on it. They was like, yo, he got that Kendrick flow, like the K-Dot flow. And it was just that, I mean, literally the way your cadence.
Yeah.
Not too many people do it like that, but I hate to just loosely compare it to Kendrick because even though he's a legend, and it's like, you know, yeah, that's an awesome thing. You still have a different way. You still have your own
it's
way
still
of
me.
doing it. Like, yeah, it's still you.
Yeah.
You know. So did you kind of like did you ever find yourself writing kind of, you know, saying based off of the kind of that Kendrick rhyme scheme, or did it just kind of happen naturally like that?
I mean, you know, that's been my favorite rapper. I mean, outside of Andre 3000, you know what I'm saying? Like that's been my favorite rapper for as long as I can remember.
And
like,
shit, you talking about the just Andre 3000? That's another rhyme scheme that's just completely.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's just more of a thing where it's like, man, how flexible can I get with this pen? You know what I'm saying? So
for sure.
I mean, like with the Kendrick thing, I mean, I can understand it because when I first started making music, I think like anybody else, you know, you try to sound like your favorite artist. You know what I'm saying? Like you want to sound like that because that's what sounds good to you. I'm saying you eventually got to find your own way. And I think I just picked up with him. I feel like it's just such a complex rhyme scheme that he be putting together while also making it seem so simple. I went through
exactly, man,
like those songs on Hold On for Dear Life. Like I said, like Sense of Urgency and I think Survive and Protect are the only ones that I only wrote one verse for. Like the rest of them is like I scrape and then write a whole nother one. Like all that.
How was your process? Like, how do you, like, when you find yourself writing, like, are you the type that you'll have it all down here and then put it all down, or do you just kind of like little by little?
And the writing process for me, it'd be mixing up sometimes. Like I might hear I really like to do beat first. Like find a beat, I get into it because I can't go into a song thinking of the concept already.
Gotcha.
Like, once I do that, I'll be thinking too hard. I just scrap it. But sometimes I'll write something with no beat, and then I'll find a beat, and I'll go back to something like 2 years, like PDT. I wrote that to a Paul Wall instrumental. Like,
hey, and it sound like it though. It sound like it. That's an anthem right there. Shout out to PD. Please don't motherfucking touch. Shout out to that shit right there. Cause I tried to. That shit came on in the car, and I almost wrecked my shit. Like I was getting.
I appreciate it, man. That joint is crazy, man. It grew on me. I ain't gonna lie. When I recorded in the studio, me and my engineer was like, man, this joint crazy. Cause it's funny, like somebody I knew when I was first pitching it to somebody. Cause I like to run my tracks by a homeboy, you know, cause you know, sometimes you may be thinking something hard, but sometimes I'll be just trying to tap in with my people and be like, you know, is it making sense? Is it clicking? And you know, I ran it by somebody and they was like, nah, that's not it. I was like, man. So that was probably the only song I was like, I'm tweaking. I know.
I'm glad you ain't listen, man, because that motherfucker goes hard. Like, I'll try to tell you, that's like some shit. Like, that motherfucker come on, and you don't even gotta know who the fuck it is. It really don't matter. Like, that's a track that it don't matter who it is. Like if you gonna hear that shit, you just automatically I'm like, God damn. Then after that shit go off, I'm like, all right, who the fuck was that? Like, like that shit goes hard, man. Yo, for sure,
Appreciate that.
But yeah, you was talking about you know what I'm saying, when you were writing. So you say like you just kind of hop around, you know, sometimes you find beats, sometimes you find you know, the inspiration first. Do you have like an in-house producer or like somebody who kind of produces a lot of your shit?
Nah, man. I mean, I run around with YouTube producers, man. I think it's like it's a lot of great people on YouTube, you know, that I think have like really humble characters, and they really do it for the sake of the music. And that's usually the type of producer I like to mess with, because I'm very picky with my beats. Like you ask anybody around, they're gonna tell you I'm picky as hell. Like I won't freestyle on nothing that's whack. I want none of that. So like like some of the producers on that one is like got Stoic. I think like Louis Quinn is on there. Who else really touched up on there for real? DK the Punisher. Like you get a lot of and I could see what helps people with the Kendrick comparisons, because it comes from a lot of those producers come from the West Coast. You know what I'm saying?
For sure. Okay.
Like, but it's because that sound to me is just it's so grimy and it's so culture filled. You know what I'm saying? And it's like different. It's easy to bounce back off of that. So it's
different. I feel like it's an easy way to do it. I feel like it's an easy way, and it's an untapped market. Cause I feel like even with like ASAP Rocky, when he first came out, a lot of his shit had that Houston sound to it, but he was from New York. Like a lot of people was even confused. Like, is this nigga from New York or is he from Texas?
Yeah,
but he took over that untapped market because he was just like, I don't gotta be from somewhere and sound just like that. Like I can kind of, you know, maneuver through those spaces. So yeah, that's really dope. I know that you're really big on like energy. You're really big on, you know what I'm saying, like, hey, if I don't feel this shit, I ain't cool with it. If I don't rock with it, I ain't you know, I ain't really about it. Like so like how do you kind of work that, you know, kind of on an everyday basis? It's kind of like when I ask about like mental health and shit. Like kind of how do you take care of your mental health?
Man, I say you say surround yourself by the right people. You really never know though. Like for me, I think I was, like I said, it go back to that intuition. I feel like, you know, like, and the people around me know I have no problem with being by myself. So like, I have no problem cutting nobody off. Like
for sure.
Like that's never been a thing for me, for the most part. Anyways, like I ain't never had no problem cutting nobody off, because I always see the potential in people. Like I always see like the good that they don't even know exists within themselves. But like at the same time, I be knowing I can't put none past nobody. So it's like you just gotta really protect yourself. And then I'm big on like, especially as of late, like I've been meditating and stuff like that since I was like 12, 13. You know what I'm saying? So like
meditating since 12. Goddamn.
Yeah, I always was able to, you know, just calm down. Cause like even with all the stuff that was going on, you know, just to sit back and be like, bro, like everything moving a little too fast. Like I'm just big
you're 20 now, right?
Yeah, I'm just big on breathing. Like you ask like my girl something, like I'll be just sitting still and I just get to, like, even if I ain't in stress, I just be doing it. Cause it just be like, man, I just need to really realign myself, center up. Cause all this stuff be happening, especially since the album dropped. Like all these people talking to me and stuff, it's new to me. You know what I'm
saying? Yeah. I can imagine. You know, I feel the same way. You know, I be feeling like on the opposite end when I be reaching out to artists and shit, especially when they just put out projects and shit. It's like, how can I make sure that I'm not just another fly on this motherfucker's wall?
Nah, you definitely different. I think your approach is very respectable, especially like when you was like, you know, just even doing a promo run. I think that's crazy to me, because I was like, man, you know, a lot of people don't take it that serious, so they move like, oh, we just got another guest. But I mean, it's a couple really dope standout, you know, I feel like interviewers, and you definitely sit amongst those ones for sure.
Hey, for sure, man. I really appreciate that. I definitely appreciate that, man.
For sure.
So you know, I'm hearing, you know, a lot of shit you saying, man. You know, you definitely wise beyond your years, like for real, you know what I'm saying? Because I'm not hearing a lot of other 20-year-olds out here, you know what I'm saying, you know, talking the shit that you talking for real, between just in conversation or in your music. So like, I mean, so like, have you always been this way? Like, were you always that way, kind of like through school? Like, were you like, you know, a good student? Like, were you like a straight A student? You know,
he was like, I was straight A's through sophomore year. Like, I think, yeah, freshman, sophomore, I had straight A's. Like, it was on some crazy stuff, but I had straight A's. Like, I was going to like a terrible school. Like, the school was janky. You know what I'm saying? It was real ghetto. But like, you know, I knew how to maneuver through it, so I ended up having straight A's or whatever. But then when I ended up having to change schools because they shut it down, I ended up going to a real school. You know, the whole thing switched up, so I ain't had them no more. But
got you. They was just like, nah, nigga.
Yeah, but I mean, like, always being this way. I guess like I was always like, my mom and them all used to tell me I was a little like smart or like I stood out. Like I knew I ain't cry a lot. Like a thing like I knew when I was growing up, when I was a baby and stuff. It's like I knew I ain't cry a lot. Never
Yeah.
cried a lot when I was a baby. And my first word was bird. My mom always made that a big thing.
Okay.
Like because my first word was bird and it wasn't like dad ass something, you know what I'm saying? So like
Yeah, I don't think I've heard that one before.
Yeah, it was always like you always sort of stood out type of thing. But I mean like I said, go back to my intuition. I really feel like because it's like, man, I always had this bone in my body that was like, you know, like yeah, we out here tonight, but tomorrow night I ain't really fucking with nobody. Like like maybe stuff like that for me. Like I don't know.
I got you. So like growing up, did you ever? Well, I mean, I feel like it's kind of like you ask this question, everybody be like, hell yeah, there's definitely somebody. But growing up, did you ever have somebody that was in your team that right before shit started popping for you, they showed their ass, or right after shit started popping for you, they showed their ass, and you had to just be like, nah, or has everybody stayed solid? That's what I would prefer. But you know what I'm saying,
Man,
niggas is niggas.
what I'll say is, I think for the most part, everybody stays solid because ain't nobody around me to change the way that they talk to me. You know what I'm saying? Like everybody talks to me the same way through and through. Don't nobody change the way that they, approach me. And that's what I like. You know what I'm saying? I feel like that's respect for real. You know what I'm saying? I feel like that's something worth admiring and keeping around. Like
what do you think you at as far as your city? As far as your city, as far as the other artists in your city, like where do you think you stand? Like and say, oh, I get the modesty thing, but say just pop your shit. Like you feel like you the hottest motherfucker in the city.
I ain't gonna say the hottest. That's cap. You know what I'm saying? It's people that's hotter because they appealing to people. You know what I'm saying? They doing what's working for them. You know what I'm saying? But me, I know I'm the best, and I can say that with confidence because it ain't too many people that can do what I do. You know what I'm saying? I can say that because I'm confident in the fact that I know that I stand out. My pen different, and it's stuff that I ain't even dropped yet. That like I just got that. I got that about myself. I know that, and I got people around me that can confirm that. Like, yeah, he's the one. Like,
have you had any major head nods, like major label, major artist head nods?
See, it's stuff. See, I can't even talk about all that right now. But
I
yeah, I got a couple stuff. You feel me? I'm keeping it quiet until you feel me. But
hey, respect,
I mean,
respect.
the stuff as far as like the biggest stuff that people already know, like Adam 22 shout out was like probably the biggest one that everybody else know. But I know stuff that's bigger on the right now that I'm getting ready to. You feel me?
Okay, got it. No, all right. So what you can talk about, like, what can we look forward to? You know what I'm saying, coming out. You know what I'm saying, like, what are we looking forward to? Another album? You working on an EP?
I can tell you now. I'm working on this tape, man. This tape crazy. We gonna have a lot of fun with this one, man.
Okay.
Cause like how you said, like you get the humility and stuff like that. I mean, when I first came out, that was a part of my brand. Before I was 42 and Corey, and I was just Corey, like. That my brand was just built off of like being humble, like always staying humble and whoop-de-wah. But I mean, like, I feel like it's a part of humility to, just be honest with yourself at the same time.
For sure.
So, I mean, with this right here, I think it's really going to be like oh yeah, pop your shit. You feel me? I think people going to really like it.
Okay, bet.
Yeah,
I'm definitely hyped for that shit.
I try to eliminate expectation, like, because I feel like you aim too high, they going to shoot low. You aim low, they shoot high. You just keep it even keel, do what you do.
Just ride with you. Just do what you do. Yeah, I fuck with that. Who in the game right now? Like, and I'm not trying to have you, say expose it, but who in the game right now? If you had the opportunity to, like, if you had like, it didn't matter, unlimited access. Mm-hmm. Who in the game right now would you work with? Like, what artist right now?
Right now,
artist or producer, actually.
Okay, producer off top, Alchemist.
Alchemist, man. Shout out to Alchemist. Damn, that's a classic producer, man. Damn, that's a classic producer.
Alchemist. Gold Hayes. I don't know who know him, but Gold Hayes, out of Chicago. Crazy. Artist who I really like right now. Baby Rose. I really, really, really like Nardo Wick. I really, really, really like Herb. Who else been standing out for me lately? Cause I feel like I got a book. I keep a book with like everything I got like in my mind in there. Kendrick, of course. I mean, like those are no brainers, like Kendrick, Cole, and all them. Because I Benny for
Benny the
sure.
Butcher for sure. That's the second time I heard that one out here.
Man, because
that motherfucker crazy. That motherfucker, yeah, the whole Griselda, and then what's his name? That the homie that what's his name that left Griselda, but he just dropped the
Conway.
Yeah,
silly
man.
First man, and like that right there just proved like it's age. I mean nothing. That man, them
not a damn thing.
Crazy dudes, man.
Not a damn thing, man.
Sure. I like Smino. Smino crazy.
Smino is definitely crazy. He's hella diverse, man. I hear Smino on everything, and I'd be like, who would have thought that he would have been able?
Nothing he can't touch.
He's definitely underrated.
Yeah, that's probably some of my top ones right now, though. Like
okay,
I can think of. Yeah.
I bet. So bringing it all full circle, man. If you had an opportunity to get a message out to everybody in the world, like just like kind of went across their phone, like a text message or shit, like what would it say to them?
Hold on for dear life.
Man, I was like, I'm gonna ask this shit. I know he's gonna say that, but yeah, I appreciate, but I like that. Like, and I mean, so go if you could expound a little bit. Like, if they actually tapped the notification, what would the explanation be?
Because okay. If it was to say hold on for dear life, the explanation would have to be because nobody can do it better than you. And then like, cause I worked door sales, man, and like. That's what it helped me learn. All right, this is how you're supposed to pitch to a consumer, a potential consumer. You know what I'm saying? And a lot of people, I feel like once you understand the business aspect of this game that we playing, because as artists, that's how the artists get screwed over. That's how we get into bad deals. That's how we get into bad business, right? We don't know. So how can we possibly maneuver around this? So it's like, I just take that and I apply these principles and these methods that I learned doing the door-to-door sales, right? With these people. And you stop treating it like it's just product. I mean, like you want to always treat it like it's product because it's business. But you know what I'm saying? You got to make yours a bit more personal. You know what I'm saying? And I've learned that with Hold On for Dear Life, personalizing the message has always been the more beneficial route for me. So that's why I definitely say Hold On for Dear Life because only you can do it. Only you can do it best.
Man, that's that. I respect that. I respect that a lot, man. I definitely hear that message, and you brought me into one more question that I actually forgot to ask because you made me think of the song "Dire Spirit," and one of the lines. It was actually probably one of the last lines in the song, but you said because I had to hold my mama, ain't nobody hold my hand, hold on for dear life. And I say that right? I meant
you said because in funerals made a monster out of me. Because I had to hold my mom, ain't nobody hold my hand. That's facts.
So that right there, like for one, I heard that line, and I mean that's on the intro. Like this, you know, that's intros are super important to me. Like anybody that I mean intros, they set the tone for the album. Like if your intro doesn't make sense for the rest of the album, I'm not gonna be interested. And if it doesn't catch me, I'm not gonna be interested. You know what I'm saying?
I agree.
So I feel like that definitely set the tone, and that definitely also spoke to your life and the tribulations and shit that you went to. Even at the beginning, you know what I'm saying, you know, Shawty going off on you, like that's some real shit. Like that's probably one of my favorite parts of the song because it was so relatable. You know what I'm saying? Like, and but you still maneuvering for it. Like I really literally could feel you like you're driving down the street while she just in your ear. And you know, so your boy's in the car with you, and you just fucking rap. Like I can see the fucking I can see the video and shit. But anyway,
that's beautiful.
Man, but yeah, man, it's you definitely got a story, man. You definitely got you got your head right, like for real. You definitely got your head right, and I respect everything you got going on for sure, bro.
Man, and I appreciate that, and I'm happy that you highlighted that line because I think when I was writing that first verse, I was so intentional with everything I was saying. Like,
yo, you put some shit out on that shit, like you went in.
Like you said, bro. I think Kendrick said it was something that Dre told him. That was like intros is everything or something like that, you know, along them lines. And intros have always been everything. You don't got your intro, it's like what is we really about to listen to then? Like where are we going?
It's literally like this should be so damn weird. I think the only person that had an intro that pissed me off, but I still listen to the rest of the album was Childish Gambino because of the internet.
Ooh, yeah.
The intro was literally like
I could see that.
Was it. I was like, what the fuck? But the rest of the album was alright though.
I can see that. That's fraud. But nah, shout out the guys for putting all the voices together for that. And shout out old girl. Because I ain't gonna miss her because she don't want the light. But Yeah, shout out to a girl for the voice.
Hey, yeah. Shout out her, man. She definitely did that shit. She knew the assignment for real. Man,
yeah, they all snap.
Hey, definitely appreciate you again for tapping in, man. Plug in your social media so everybody can follow you.
Yeah, you can get at me at 4200 Corey everywhere, 4200 KORY everywhere, all social medias. You feel me? You can go listen to Hold On for Dear Life out everywhere now by 4200 Corey. You know, man, I appreciate you having me, man, for sure, man. This is
already,
a good one.
Man.
This is a real good one. It's a good one for the books.
Hey, for sure. And this Country Family, as you already know, included motherfucking Don. And I'm gonna run this real because it has Dire Spirit on it. Ignore the date on the flyer, but the song is Dire Spirit that we're talking about, man. But for sure, man, we're gonna be plugged in, man. I appreciate you, bro.
Yeah, appreciate you, man.
And if you think you finna go to that fucking party to come to my house, you sadly mistaken. Like, you and your dumbass friends kill me, bro. Swear to God, it's like you choosing niggas over me every time. Like how you swear you don't fuck with people and be with these niggas every day. I don't get it. I really don't fucking get it, man. This that basic ass nigga shit. Like, who raises that shit, man? I swear to God,
I say, damage dealt in my past, it's reflecting across the present. Beat the eye till I'm 20, not worry about 27. I could be like your uncle, your role model, your cousin. I just bury my dog, that two-tone don't mean nothing. Shit got me conflicted like battling with these women. Niggas, they like to bicker, they talking bigger than bitches. I was that little nigga, tell Jordan they better figure. If I let go of my past, I feel like I'm late December. Shit, cold as they come. I was right and going dumb, and that shelter wasn't covers, praying lightning doesn't come.